Alright guys, so in the pot I have 3 cups of sugar, half a cup of Karo corn syrup, and a cup of water, and we will I have it on medium-high heat, and we're going to let that boil. You don't stir it whatsoever. I have a candy thermometer in here, so you can see it. It's right there. And you boil it until it reaches 302 degrees on your candy thermometer, and make sure your thermometer does not touch the bottom of the pan because it'll give an inaccurate reading. So while that is working, I have washed my apples in hot water. Some people boil them, so you're more than welcome to do that. I just don't like doing it that way because it makes the apples really soft. So today we're doing marbled ones. So I'm going to go ahead and finish washing and drying the apples. Make sure you dry them very, very well. And then I'll insert the sticks, and then I will come back with the next step. Alright guys, so it's still boiling. It takes about a good 20-25 minutes for the candy to boil. Just be patient. You have time to get your sticks and your apples. You can put them on the top half or the bottom half of the stick, just depending on where it balances and sits upright. So that's the important tip. So I have my apples on a cookie sheet waiting. Once I get ready to put the apples, they're going to go on a I sprayed it heavily with baking spray. And, excuse me, I'm still in my pajamas. So, yeah, I sprayed that really good. So that's what you will put your apples. Some people do wax paper or parchment paper, but I've had bad experiences with both. Sometimes it sticks for whatever reason. I have no clue, and I've sprayed that too. It just depends. They're so temperamental. So I have the house pretty cool. I got some extra fans going because I want to make sure that the heat doesn't affect them. But what I did forget while I was at the store is the xylophone wrap. So once I'm done with the apples, I will have to go to the store, and then I'll show you how I wrap them and box them. But just always be careful to make sure you're looking at your temperature. Right now it's at about 240 degrees. So it's almost there. I didn't set my timer to be exact, but the this recipe makes about 6 standard size apples, give or take the size. If you have larger apples, you're not going to get as many with this batch. I've never doubled the batch, and I didn't want to try it because I don't want to waste anything. And a good tip, I use the silicone spatula because it's heat resistant, and so when I get ready to start mixing the colors and stuff, I don't have to worry about stuff sticking. I'm trying to think if I forget anything. So right now I'm printing out my little labels that will go on the packaging, and I have some little stickers that say homemade or handmade just for you, sorry. And then some candy boxes, which I got to put those together real quick as well. So I will be back in a few. Actually, I could go ahead and put the white in there, but I'm going to, I should have done that when it was at about 220. So I'm going to wait to put the white in there. Sometimes you can go ahead and get the white base started, but I'm going to wait since these are the marbled ones. And it's different than if I was just having a standard color. So yeah, that's what I was doing. I was trying to remember back. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do is just wait, and I will be back in a second. Alright guys, I'm getting all my stuff ready. It is at almost 300. So once you get to that stage, you have to kind of move quickly. So I'm going to go with white, blue, and white, yellow, and blue is what I'm going to go with. You have to be really, really attentive at this point. to what's going on with your temperature gauge, because you don't want to let that burn. So immediately, as soon as it hits 302, I will take it off of the burner. When it gets there, it's like really quick. All of a sudden it jumps to 300 quicker than what you think, because you'll walk away. So that's like, you don't never be too far away from your stuff. All right, guys, so we are at 300. I just need that one more degree and then I can take it off. I just got blue dye on my fingers, and it makes a difference for that 1 degree for it to be hard candy. And I'm hoping that you guys can still see me when I do it over here. I didn't think about camera placement. I'll try to do the best that I can, because it will burn like quick. So I'm like standing here waiting for that extra little degree to happen, and we are there, because it will definitely burn on you. So I turn it off, and guys, this is like super hot, so I advise, you know, that an adult needs to do this, not your children. So what I'm going to do is start with a few drops. I'm doing it in a circle pattern of the white, taking a little toothpick, or if you have a wooden skewer, you can use that. And be careful, because when you put the dye in, the candy will bubble on you. So I will bring the camera over to let you see what I'm doing. Apologize, guys. Can you see it? So that was like a yellow orange or something. Can't remember. It's like a yellow. I'm going to add my blue. You see it? It doesn't look really pretty right now. You just got to get those colors in there to make the marble effect. I'll put a little bit more white, because white is pretty much your primary color. Ouch! I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to let you see what I'm doing, but I'm burning myself in the process. Alright, so I gotta hurry up. Because you gotta work quick with these. So, what you do is get the pot and you tilt it. You put your apple in and you slowly turn, like a good 2 turns. You let it kind of run off real quick. Don't worry about the strings. That'll come off once they dry. This one will probably just be mine because it was the first one. So that's what it turned out to be. Those are like the marble effects. And let me get the pan cleaned out so I can do the next batch. The candy that's left, I'm going to put in a pan really quick, and you can eat that just by itself. But I'll be back. And what you do to clean your pan is just fill it with hot water, let it boil, and it will come right off. Alright guys. Alright guys, I got the second batch started. I got my other pot over here boiling. I've already did it twice. Well, once. It's got a little bit left on the side, so it's easy to come off once you boil the water. And just, you know, put your thermometer in there and your spatula, and all of that candy will come straight off. So I've decided to do, of course, white is the base. I'm going to try blue and some pink to see what colors you get. And we got 5 apples left. I always make sure, of course, the cute ones are the ones that go to the client, and the ones that maybe I missed at the top, I can just, you know, eat those. So I did 2 extra, so because you never know if you will need them or not. So while this is, you know, coming up to temperature, I will be working on the rest of the boxes. I have the other ones in the refrigerator just to stay cool, because when I leave, I have to go, you know, it's right up the street to the dollar store, but I want to try to keep them cool, and that's the key. Either refrigerate them or keep them cool and dry somewhere, you know, in your house, because otherwise sometimes the candy will start to melt and then it becomes like gummy, and you don't want that. So I will come back. Alright guys, this is the box that I'm using. I brought it from Oriental Trade. It's a caramel apple box, but I use it, you know, for my candy apples. I do know how to make caramel apples. Well, I know how to make the caramel. I couldn't get the caramel to stick to the apples, so I haven't had the patience to retry it. The caramel came out really good, but yeah, it's self-explanatory. Because when you try to look at the directions, it doesn't, I get confused. It's pretty much just putting the wings inside the slit. I say it's easy. Ooh, starting to sweat. So there's a cute little box, and it has a little spot right here for the stick to go in. And now that I'm thinking about it, my sticks are popsicle sticks and not the round sticks, so we may have a problem. It's not a problem. I could just do them cute in the the xylophone wrap. That might be better, but I'm going to see if the popsicle stick will fit in there. But it just closes and you can see it right in the front. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. The candy right now is at a little bit over 200 degrees, so almost done. I'm trying to hurry up and get them done because it's hot in the kitchen, and the hotter it gets, the worse it is to try to get these candy apples not to melt. So I'll be back. So guys, I'm still waiting for the apples to get to temperature, but I got the recipe from Pinterest, which I will include the link in the description box. And I also watch a YouTuber by the name of Natasha Mitchell. I will link put her link to the channel as well. She does a lot of candy apples. There's a couple other people that are on YouTube, but this one came from her, so I will link up to her channel, so go over and show her some love. It's the struggle today with my lupus. I think once I get back home from dropping these off to the client, I will probably take a little nap, and then I'll try to work on the DIY. I have a couple projects that I really want to try to get done this weekend, but I'm not really sure. I'm not trying to push myself. The medication, the antibiotics are really rough on me. The first time I didn't have any problems, but by the second time, I guess with it being in my system, to have 2 doses, it's really affecting me. So just bear with me, guys. I don't know if you can really see it. The marble effects around in here. So they turned out really good. They don't have the air bubbles like I was really worried about. I think I had one that was like that, and I'll just, like I said, the ones like that I'll just save for me to eat. This time we're gonna do something a little different with this batch of marbling, and I will show you that once, you know, I get to it. I just wanted to come on and say, if, you know, since I'm doing marble because that's what the client requested, if you just want to do solid colors, I suggest first just putting in white. Sure, it's, you know, stirred gently after you take it off of the heat, and then add whatever color you want, whether it's pink, blue, yellow, green. It makes it more vibrant if you do it that way. So that's just a quick tip so you would know. And I plan to make more videos when I make solid colors, but that is the trick to make it more vibrant. It really needs to reach 300 or 302 is the exact temperature if you're using a digital scale. which I have a digital one also. Alright, so it's at 300. Go ahead and take it off of the burner. Put my candy thermometer to the side. So what we're going to start off with first, this one's going to be a little different. I'm going to do the pink first and then come back with the white streaks. I may do some blue, I'm not really sure. Wanted to get all of that out of that container. Well, that was a lot that came out. So when you're swirling it around, you're trying to make sure it gets to the all over to cover the entire part, so you don't see any more clear. It's all pink. And the one that I'm using is a neon pink. Alright, so that's in there. Now I'm going to get my whites, do some swirl designs. So that's like the marbling effect. And I'm going to do like a couple things of blue, not a lot, just to give it 3 colors. I just basically did 1 drop of that one. You can do some swirly patterns if you can see it. I'm just trying to make sure it's swirled all through. Put a little bit more white. And we'll see how this works. Alright, remember what I said. I'm going to, you can see it, the color. Tilt your, trying to wait for the bubbles to go away. I just dipped my apple in there and I didn't realize the bubbles were still going. Gotta pay attention. So we're just twisting it nice and slowly. Let the candy drip off. And I'll place it over here on the side. Pretty sure I should have done this differently so that it doesn't like seep over my cabinets, but it is what it is. So I only have 5 apples left. So this actually looks like a purple color. It's kind of picking up some of that clear. Oh Lordy. There went one of my apples. Alright, and so all I'm doing is pouring the rest of the candy mixture in on top of parchment paper so you can eat that later. It'll harden. So now what I'm going to do is fill my pot back up with water. And just put it back on the stove full of water, put the thing back in there, put the thermometer back in there, and let it come to a boil. And when it does that, all of that candy will come off of the bottom. That's that, guys. I will come back and show you how I'm going to wrap them for presentation. Alright guys, I'm back from the store. I'm going to show you how to do how I do one of them, because it's 118. I told the client it was going to be closer to 2. So this is how I wrap them. So this is how the pink ones kind of turned out. So basically I place it in the center of the cellophane wrap. You just bunch it up like that. And what I do is get rid of the excess. I have some blue ribbon. And I have my cute little sign, just label that says Cheryl's Sweet Treats and my phone number. They're not gluten-free and how they need to refrigerate or keep them in a cool, dry place. It just says enjoy. So I do this, just tie that around. I'm unsure at this moment if I'm going to use the boxes or not. I might save the boxes for something a little bit more fancier. But all I do is tie it twice and make a cute little bow. And there you have it. Nice, pretty decorated. So I think I may just keep them in just the paper alone and save my boxes for something else.